Hi friends, my channel is called Minivan Muse. I travel in my 2023 Honda Odyssey named Betty White, and we travel around the country to beautiful places, interesting places, and I'm happy that you're here to travel along with us. Hey everybody, I wanted to make a quick video to talk a little bit about my hair and about being on the road with your hair. I'm going to try to dig out some pictures and put them up here in the corner of the hair over the years. When I was young, I had long hair. In my 20s, when my mom passed away, I cut all my hair off. And for years in my late 20s and up to mid 30-ish or so, I had hair that was about this short. And then late 30s, 40s, I grew my hair long again. And then COVID hit, and I was working from home for a year. I stopped dyeing my hair. I said, this is the perfect time. I'm not going to be at work. And I just let it go. And very quickly became kind of salt and peppery, kind of like this, but still long, curly hair. And then, of course, went back to work 21, and then in 23, my best friend Courtney passed away. I've talked about that in previous videos. And I bought Betty White, my van. Well, my first trip, summer of 2023, cross-country trip, it was great. I had a great time. But I noticed on that trip just how much time I spent dealing with my hair. I mean, every morning you have to comb it out, put it in a ponytail or a braid. And so I was coming home, and I was in Gallup, New Mexico, and I just couldn't stand it anymore. And I walked in, and there was maybe 3 stylists and maybe 5 ladies in the process of getting their hair done. And I said, hi, can I get a haircut? She said, sure, have a seat, and we'll take you in a few minutes. And she gets me in the chair, and she's like, okay, what would you like to do? And again, my hair was, down to here. And I said, I would like you to take the clippers with a number 3, on the clippers and cut my hair off. And you should have seen her face. Oh, it was classic. And the other ladies were like whiplash. They looked over and they were like, what? And I said, yeah, I want you to cut it all off. And she's like, are you sure? And I said, yes, I've been traveling in my van for almost a month, and my toiletries bag is full of hair stuff, shampoo and the conditioner and the leave-in conditioner and the detangler and the gel and all that stuff. And I said, I want you to cut it off. I remember I texted my friends, my check-in friends that I have when I'm on the road. I check in with them. They know where I'm at every day. And I said, guess what, you guys? Okay, ladies, I'm in Gallup, New Mexico, and I have a surprise for you. Are you ready? I cut my hair off. I cut it off. I've been talking about it, thinking about it for weeks. All I ever do is put it in a braid or a ponytail. And so you know what? And I got back to work, and everybody was like, ah! And I have to tell you, it's so freeing. And so now I take the clippers and I cut my own hair every 2 weeks. And it's so freeing. And I don't see ever growing my hair out again. When I am traveling, and even here at home, I get up. I don't have to brush my hair. I can just get up, wash my face, get dressed, and go to work. And it's the same when I'm traveling. Get up, put some water on my face, get in the driver's seat, and move along down the road. Now, I'm not advocating that everybody go out and cut their hair off, because it's not for everybody. But that is the saga of my hair and why it's so short. I've been called sir more times than I can tell you. And it's like, can't you see, you see? Anyway, and it's funny when people go, sir, and then, I turn around and go, well, that's close. And then, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. And it doesn't really bother me anymore. I'm fine with that because I don't have to deal with so much hair maintenance. So I just wanted to share the story of my hair and why it's so short. And I would tell you, ladies, even men, if you're considering, the maintenance of my hair, dealing with my hair, being, a nomad or out on the road or part-time, full-time, whatever, do it, because the freedom from the constant maintenance is amazing. One less thing to worry about. In my case, my toiletries bag is much lighter, and I don't have to, deal with all that before I get up and get moving for the day. So there you have it. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.